Welcome to Two Open Doors, the podcast that explores our power to open or close the doors of relationship with the important people in our lives. We hope you'll learn from and share your wisdom with our community. Thanks for joining us. A desire for connection is deeply wired into the DNA of being human. As a very social species, we humans rely on one another for support and satisfaction. People are interdependent. In this episode, we'll take a look at what benefits relationship offers us on three separate planes: physical, mental, and emotional. Different kinds of relationships offer a different mix of benefits on each of these planes. In previous episodes, we reviewed my EMP model of the human sexual response cycle, and we noted that the three levels or dimensions of that model, that is, the physical, mental, and emotional planes, also apply to all human relationships. Those are the three planes on which we can interact with others, and the three planes on which we can experience those interactions. When we think about how a relationship might benefit us, we're considering what positive things can come to us through that relationship. That's what a benefit is. Each of the three planes of interaction has an associated set of potential benefits. Let's review those. The most concrete and tangible benefits that we can glean from relationships are those associated with physical interactions. Those benefits center on bringing us physical pleasure or on satisfying our physical needs. I see three distinct categories of physical benefits for a relationship: touch, sex, and physical support. Perhaps the most fundamental physical benefit of relationships is that they satisfy our need for touch. As we've seen in prior episodes, touch is not a nice-to-have for humans. It's truly essential to our physical and psychological well-being. Prior experiments have shown that without regular caring touch, we cannot thrive, and in fact, we suffer severe psychological harm. We share this dependence with our primate cousins. Touch deprivation is, sadly, one of the main sources of harm experienced by some segments of our population, such as many of the elderly. We've also previously noted that there's even a particular class of human touch sensors, the C-tactile afferents, that appear to be specialized for the detection of light, slow touch, such as that associated with social behaviors. It's probably those sensors that underlie our deep enjoyment of soft caresses, loving massage, and sensual touch. The second category of physical benefits of relationships is that they can provide us with access to sex. As is true for touch, sex is a basic component of the human experience of life. While the degree of sexual interest, or libido, varies from person to person, most of us consider sex to be an important part of our adult life. Of course, the amount of focus on sex varies across different kinds of intimate relationships. Sex is the reason for the existence of some relationships, while at the other extreme, sex has effectively no role in asexual relationships. It's a matter of what goals the partners set for their relationship. Many relationships also include a focus on providing physical support to its participants. That support can include housing arrangements, or ongoing financial support, or providing access to physical resources, or help in performing various physical tasks. Loving relationships usually go beyond the partner's verbal statements of their love. In keeping with the notion that love is a verb, many partners make commitments to provide physical support to one another. Let's turn now to the mental benefits that relationships can offer. Relationships are underpinned by mental factors, such as shared beliefs, values, and worldviews. I see three broad areas of sharing that occur on a mental plane within a relationship: the experiences that a couple shares and what they learn from those experiences, the various forms of communication that occur between the partners, and the sense of meaning that the partners gain from being in relationship with one another. One of the joys and challenges of life in relationship is that the partners experience life together. While maintaining individual activities, the partners also participate in shared activities and experiences. From my personal experience, I find that sharing the good things that happen in life with one's partners makes those things even sweeter. In addition, sharing life's challenges with a partner often makes those experiences more tolerable. The partners can collaborate on problem solving so that neither has to face those challenges alone. Experiences are the basis for human learning. We try things, and we experience the consequences of our choices and actions. As a couple experiences life together, the partners learn about each other and about themselves. The resulting learned mental models embody beliefs that help shape our subsequent actions. The life interactions also help form our values and our high-level worldview. For example, enjoying a blissful and satisfying partnered life tends to reinforce a positive worldview in which people are a potential source of satisfying and beneficial interactions. A couple's shared experiences are woven into the fabric of their life together. We humans seem to be exceptionally inventive and eloquent in how we communicate with one another. In addition to verbal communication, we use visual cues to indicate things to one another, such as in flagging boundaries or dangerous conditions, and we frequently employ nonverbal communication, such as through our facial expressions and body language. Various sorts of communication play an important role in relationships. The partners in any relationship have goals for that connection, as well as desires, hopes, concerns, ideas, suggestions, and other forms of information that they need to exchange with one another. Basically, communication has a role in all of the transactions and interactions that occur in the course of living one's life. That basic enabling role is what makes effective communication so important in a relationship. Good communication between partners can be a great source of satisfaction for those partners. It can reassure both that they see and understand one another and that they are looking out for each other as they address life's challenges and necessities. Perhaps uniquely in the animal world, humans seem to have a need to assign a meaning to their lives. Seeing meaning in what we do is known to promote health and happiness. Meaning can come from 3 different sources: a sense of what we do to benefit ourselves and/or others, a feeling of having pursued meaningful goals, and a sense that one's life generally makes sense or serves a purpose. All 3 of these sources of meaning are relevant to living a fulfilling relationship. People in relationship want to feel that they are taking care of their partners. They want to know that they're collaborating to reach shared goals. And they want to feel the satisfaction of knowing that they're living a life consistent with their beliefs and that they're making a positive difference in things that they care about. For some people, religion provides an orienting framework for their lives. Their religious beliefs help them make sense of their life, and those beliefs help set meaningful goals. Other people reject the beliefs of formal religions, opting instead to distill their own core beliefs, and then be guided by those. In either case, the important thing is to have a mental framework that helps make sense of one's life. Note that I distinguish between religion, which is a belief system, and spirituality, which I'll address in a bit. The third domain in which relationships can also offer benefits to partners is that of emotional enrichment. The first such benefit comes readily to mind: relationships as a vehicle for finding love and intimacy. In addition, though, relationships can serve as a framework in which partners can validate one another. We all need encouragement and appreciation, and relationships can provide those. There's also a fourth way in which relationships can emotionally benefit partners. The relationships can include a spiritual element through which the partners can seek to impact reality beyond themselves. Love is an emotion, though that term can also imply the behaviors that go with feelings of love. Lovers want good things for one another, and they feel warmth and affection toward each other. Those feelings and the associated behaviors are perhaps the major motivator in wanting to be in an intimate relationship with someone. As a related but distinct concept, intimacy refers to the special closeness and deep personal understanding that partners can cultivate in a relationship. Intimacy is built atop deep trust and feelings of safety, which in turn enable an openness to make oneself vulnerable to one's partner in order to facilitate personal sharing of sensitive or emotionally charged understanding between the partners. Intimacy may not quite get top billing as an emotional benefit of a relationship, but it certainly deserves close second. We live in a hard and competitive world in which criticism is commonplace, but the healing balm of validation is not. The partners in an intimate relationship can reassure and reinforce one another by reminding each other of their specialness and of their talents and valuable achievements. That is, the partners can give each other validation. That's a tremendous gift. The fourth area of possible emotional benefit in a relationship is that of spirituality. From my perspective, spirituality is something experienced on the emotional plane. It should not be confused with religion, which exists on the mental plane, that is, of ideas and beliefs. I think a good definition of spirituality is something along the lines of a desire for a transcendence of self. Spirituality connects us with the world and with the people around us. In the case of couples in relationship, spirituality can provide a powerful emotional link between the partners. Spirituality is the enriching and deepening ingredient behind sexual traditions and practices such as Tantra, which is a Sanskrit word for weaving. While some people don't resonate with the idea of melding sex and spirit, spirituality rounds out the list of emotional benefits offered by being in intimate relationship with someone. To learn more about Two Open Doors and to engage with our community, I'd like to invite you to visit the Two Open Doors private Facebook group for posts and discussion, and the Two Open Doors meetup group for events. I also invite you to contact me directly by writing to me at Claude, CLAUDE, at twoopendoors.com. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll use your inputs to guide my work on future blog posts and podcast episodes. Thanks for visiting Two Open Doors.